Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the New York Mets and the Washington Nationals. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. Pitching in our game today, Mitchell Parker.
Yeah, and his whip tells you he's been pretty effective this year on the mound. I mean, opposing hitters having a hard time getting on base and then being able to really distract him and do damage in terms of getting around the base path. So, taking the mound, this is a guy you want out there if you're his teammate, and I expect him to be good in this one.
Here's Francisco Lindor. And a foul ball. Lindor swings through that one.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Grounder off the pitcher. The throw is still in time, and they do get the out. Catcher coming out to check on him. It looked like it got him on his back leg. So you'll wonder if that might be a problem for him in terms of pushing off the rubber.
Yeah, it's a great point, and we'll have to see how he looks. But to me, it appears he's moving pretty well. I think it's just going to sting for a while, but hopefully nothing more.
Juan Soto now.
There's no way around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he played in Major League Baseball in a different life or something.
Late with the swing there.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. One out, base is empty. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Not close with that one, and that's ball one.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field. That one gets down for a hit. And after grinding through that at-bat, he gets the best of him. Here's Pete Alonso. He has, as they like to say...
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
That's right. Late on that fastball.
0-1.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. If he's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone, sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Swing and a
0-1's the
miss.
count.
It's 0-1. Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first in time. Out number 3. Mets leave 1. Now it'll be Washington's turn. It's a scoreless ball game. It's Major League Baseball. Back in Washington, D.C. And on the mound now, Tyler McGill.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
C.J. Abrams leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Azokar sizes this one up, puts it away for the out. As we take a look at the Nationals lineup, this group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored, and you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like it could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of.
Towards first, Alonso fires to first in time. And now it's Luis Garcia. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And a foul ball. 2 out, space is empty. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a man aboard. Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. There's the strike.
Boog, the runner at first needs to be careful right here. He's dealing with a pickoff artist on the mound.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Back-to-back base hits. That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
Garcia on second. Low at first. 2 out of the inning. Strike 2, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. Left field. Azokar brings it in, and that's the 3rd out. So the Nats leave a pair scoreless after 1. New inning getting started. Here's Starling Marte. Parker back to work. Fought off foul. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got a leadoff double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And next for the Mets, Jose Azokar. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. Slides his hand in there. Save. And it's 1-0.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield. And now they've got some speed on first. So we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. 0-1.
0-1.
Late on that fastball. Dave Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. But when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't.
Reaching down and makes the grab. Runner tagging from first. Now he changes his mind and heads back to first without a throw. Tyrone Taylor getting ready to hit. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Call. Settles under this one. Nabs it. And that is that. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 1-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back. Bottom half of inning number 2. And here's the rookie center fielder, Dylan Cruz. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. McGill winds and deals. Tap foul at the plate. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Now the third baseman, Jose Tena. And he can't come up with it. Gets off a throw. The throw comes in too late, and he reaches safely.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
One down. Next to hit for the Nats, Alex Call. Oh, and now a wild pitch. And now a man into scoring position.
Can't imagine he's too happy with that one on the mound. Just one pitch after giving up the single, he basically turns it into a double.
In the air, right field. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Tena over at second, one down. Swung on, belted. Going back. And he makes the play on the warning track. Runner tags at second, and he moves up to third. Now 2 away. And here's the catcher, Riley Adams. Swings through that one out in front that time.
0-1's the count.
On the corner for a strike. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Tying run in scoring position. Bottom half of inning number 2. And that one upstairs, ball
2
1.
strikes, the count.
Foul ball still a 1-2 count. And there's a ball.
That's a really good
2-2
take.
the count.
Base hit into right center. In from third is the tying run. And it's an RBI single. It's 1-1. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle. Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
And a swing and a miss. And that is that. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball. On to the third inning. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Just missed.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
That one is absolutely belted. In one, hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Cut off, throw to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's Juan Soto. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swings through that one for strike one.
0-1.
I thought this was a fun note on Soto. In 2023, he hit home runs in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. I don't think it matters where Soto plays. He's going to hit home runs everywhere he goes.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Man at second. And a swing and a miss. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And that one fouled off. Tied up here in the early going. Next one off the plate inside. And 1-1. That one fouled off.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Well, just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Up and in. And it's 1-2.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Bangs another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
A lot of adrenaline. We can see it right there. And sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now up for Washington, James Wood. Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center, and it's into the gap. Now he'll turn for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the last half of the third. Struck him out looking. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. A single his first time. That one ripped. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. The run comes in from second. It's 2-1.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's Josh Bell. And that one sliced foul. Misses off the play. And the count even 1-1. This one in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Low up to third on the wild pitch.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball's gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now
there's a swing and a drive. This one could be trouble, and that's going to roll to the wall. Runner from third comes across, and they lead by 2.
That's a good job right there. You got 2 strikes on you, just got to battle.
One out, runner at second. And now it's going to be Dylan Cruz. And there's a foul ball. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Still only 1 out here in the inning. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch. Here's the third baseman, Jose Tena. Reached on an infield single his first time. Just missed. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. But there's no play. That's an infield single. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Up now for Washington, Alex Call.
0-1's the count.
Bell on third. Tena on at first with 2 down. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much. This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Going gone. His first homer of the year. It's 6-1. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yup, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Adams batting for the second time, and that's strike 1.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
That one missed. That one drilled left field. That's back there. And that one is out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 7-1.
No pressure on the next guy, but that's back-to-back home runs. How many are they going to hit? Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Abrams in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Got it. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 7-1. You're dialed into the show. As we go to the top of the 4th, and now the right fielder, Starling Marte.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Fights it off. He'll see another. Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Man, it's so difficult as a hitter to get on plane with that pitch. It's breaking down and in, and you've got to find a way to match the plane. And if it's nasty like that one, bite at the end. Most times you're swinging over the top and walking back to the dugout.
Foul ball. The Nats up big in this one. Top half of inning number 4. To the right side. And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And it's fouled away. That one ran inside, almost got him. Gets a piece and stays alive. 2 outs. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. And it's in time for the 3rd out. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 4th, and now up for Washington, James Wood.
Well, these Nats putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. 5 of their hits have come from at-bats where they were behind in the count, so they're really battling up there. And even if they don't want to make it a habit of falling behind, they're doing a great job of making the most out of it. I think that's contagious throughout the lineup.
On the ground to the left. On to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. Next to hit for the Nats, Luis Garcia. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Makes the catch for the out. And there's 2 away.
Now that is designated hitter.
And now the DH, Nathaniel Lowe. And that's in there for a strike. Little slider that finds the mark. And that is downstairs. And now it's even 1-1. And that skips in the dirt. On the ground, out to short. Lindor on to first. That's the 3rd out. And the Nationals gone in order. And they're on top 7-1. Back here in Nationals Park. All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. Parker back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Mets definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them. So those first pitch numbers tell me they should try to find a way to slow this game down a bit. Things have been moving just too quickly for them at times.
Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Gets him.
Got him.
One away on a drop third strike.
Just a hammer 12-6 curveball right there, Boog. That was exactly what he wanted to do with it. Not a ton of pitchers can throw a true 12-6 break, but he does. And you can't throw it any better than he did right there.
Taylor now in the box, comes up empty with a swing
0-1.
there.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Base is empty,
No
one
ball,
away,
two
and we're at
strikes.
the top of the fifth. Out to short, Abrams. Throw to first in time. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. A switch hitter batting right. Swing and a miss.
So far, this guy's been able to
0-1's the
tease the
count.
strike zone, gets those swings and misses. Somebody's going to have to shorten up, be a little more patient, and make this guy work in the zone a little more.
Line drive, and it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, and he's got his second double of the game.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Man at second here with two away, and now it's Juan Soto. 1 for 2. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Lindor stands at second with 2 gone. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
0-2 is the count. One
Fastball,
ball,
and he gets
2
out of the
strikes.
way. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Adams collects, fires to first. That completes. Back in Washington, D.C., John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Josh Bell. Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Reed Garrett.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Liner, base hit. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And first offering is fouled off. And misses
1-1.
inside. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Last half of inning number 5. That clips the zone, and the count 1-2. Squirts away a little bit. Alvarez down to first with it. In time to get him. 1 away on the strikeout.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Now the third baseman, Jose Tena. He's 2 for 2.
Now batting.
1 away, runners at first and third. Up now for Washington, Alex Call. In for a strike. Went with the sweeper.
0-1's the count.
Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Well, in this situation with a
No ball,
runner
2
on
strikes.
first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
So up next, Riley Adams. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Bell, the runner at third. Tenna at first, 2 out of the inning. Swing and a foul out of play. Down the line. And that will drop foul. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, number 61.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
A little out front there as he swings through it. The
0-1.
Nationals have some action going in the pen. Jorge Lopez looks to be getting ready for Dave Martinez. Ferrer, the lefty, warming up as well. And that one is lifted in the air. Cruz settles underneath it. Hauls it in for the out.
Third baseman.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Mark Vientos. 0 for 2 in this one. Vientos in his second season, 25 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2017. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. 2 down. Starling Marte up to hit. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And that'll do it. So they go quietly there. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the National. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's C.J. Abrams now. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
2 strikes.
Swings and misses. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. Ball one there.
Outside.
That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Here's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. Save. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
0-2.
Right side. Marte moves under it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Up next for the Nationals.
Next is the designated hitter, Nathaniel Lowe. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. The run comes in to score from second, and they're pulling away up by 7 now. Safe at second with a double. Third hit for him this afternoon.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just a really nice job of turning on that pitch and smoking it down the line. And there's no one playing there, so once it drops in fair, you're on your way to extra bases.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. In the air on the infield, Vientos. And he makes the catch. And that is that. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired. Boog, growing up, who was your favorite big league mascot?
The Philly Fanatic, still the best mascot.
Is there a reason?
Well, I love the Phillies, and I love Mike Schmidt. Michael Jack Schmidt, 548 home runs. He was my favorite.
Well, some people say you and the Philly Fanatic kind of have some things in common.
We have a similar body type. It's true. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
We've got some superstitions up here in the booth, and you never can say, hey, this game's going really fast early in the ball game.
Yeah, that is one of the ways that we are capable of putting the jinx on the game, is talking about how fast the game is going. That normally will grind it to a screeching halt.
No question.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 up, 1 down. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Francisco Alvarez. Swing and a high fly ball right field. Calls it in, 2 away. So digging in, Luis Angel Acuna. The other way, and that's a fair ball. Two outs, runner at first. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. And that's a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. And first offering is fouled off. And he swings through that one.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. That K is his 3rd of the game. 2 left for the Mets. It's set for the last half of the 7th. And now the center fielder, Dylan Cruz. Huascar Brazoban comes on now.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
In there at the knees. That's strike 1. Next offering is fouled back. On its way to the corner, Marte really on his horse for it. Makes the grab, tracks it down after the long run. 1 away.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 out. Now here is Alex Call. First pitch just misses. And that's in the dirt.
2 balls, no strikes.
That's a strike. Now 2-1.
Back-to-back
One
fastballs
strike.
in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Tosses to first, and that is the inning. Ready to begin the 8th. Now at the plate, Juan Soto. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average. But, oh, this one high and deep, way back there. That'll make it out of here. His 4th home run of the season. It's 8-2.
Really impressive hitting a ball that far going into the wind. Nothing was going to stop it from getting over the wall. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
And now Pete Alonso, 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
0-1.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
No balls,
Nobody
2
on,
strikes.
nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. So a man at first, and here is Starling Marte, 1 for 3. Swing, and he breaks his bat. Bell makes the catch, 2 away. So up next for New York, Jose Azocar. Abrams. They take the force out, and that will end the inning. But a solo home run will at least get this closer to respectability. And this is now an 8-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 8th. And it's the catcher for the Nationals, Riley Adams. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. That one out to right. Marte. He's there. He's got it. And there's one away. And the batter now, James Wood. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Puts it away for the out. Luis Garcia digs in now. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. And it's 0-1. And ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Adams off of first with 2 away. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. So next will be the 4-hole hitter for the Nationals, Nathaniel Lowe. Acuna whips it to first on the run. Nicely done for the out. So the Nats leave a pair. They lead at 8-2. Back here in Nationals Park, digging in, Francisco Alvarez. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton.
0-1.
Wow. That's not even close to the zone.
Comebacker to the mound. The throw to first, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
Now it's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. The Nationals up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
0-2 is the count.
Back to the mound. He's got it. Sends it to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Off-speed pitch, and it looked like he just continued his momentum towards home plate after releasing that. Perfect position to make a play and help himself out.
Rips that one to right. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Nationals take this one in a blowout.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
8-2 the final here. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Sciambi. Talk to you soon.